It's true.
You know,
they make products for other people.
Yes, they do. And the thing is, Lenovo does do things for us that they don't do for anybody else. This is, first of all, this is one of the biggest screens I've ever seen us do on any touch screen that we've ever had to offer.
It is.
Right?
Most touch screens are like 19, 20 inches. This is 24 inches, Shannon. So it's about 25% more viewing area.
Oh man, do you remember when we used to sell just 24-inch monitors for this price?
Yes, they were massive.
I mean, seriously,
So
and they weren't touch screens.
No touch screen yet.
So this is the next generation. It's the next evolution. Now, what's so great is if you're looking at this beautiful thing kind of floating in space, it is a whole computer. I know it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around this because you're like, where'd the computer go, right? That's a whole computer, a whole computer.
Everything you need.
With an AMD processor. I'm a huge AMD fan when it comes to, processors. Yeah, especially because Joe is a big gamer when he's not here at HSN. But then you also get specs that really blow us out of the water. In addition to a terabyte hard drive, this is a full, high definition touch screen. Then you're also getting a wealth of software so that you can hit the ground running.
Hundreds of dollars, right?
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And then a 6 flex pay, which is something that we usually only do when something is a today's special. 672-357. Price break for over $100 off and only one more scheduled airing throughout the weekend. So Joe, this is what people are used to thinking of when they think about a computer, basically.
Oh, you're right. A lot of us hate how slow our computer is. How long does it take to turn on? I don't have those touchscreen capabilities, so the experience isn't as good. This, with a touchscreen, with the newer processor, with the more energy efficiency out of the processor, it doesn't get hot at all. It's very, very nice to be able to have a touchscreen, because this is the way Windows was intended. You actually have a touchscreen where every inch of this is now like a big touchscreen tablet.
Nice.
Now, Shannon, the most popular screen size in America for computers right now is a 15-inch. Look at the difference between a 15-inch and then when you talk about your 24-inch, it's 3 15-inch laptops side by side to give you the same screen size as when you have this Lenovo 24-inch. And the reason why—
Now watch what Joe is doing. I mean, it still kind of blows my mind. I know I said it's touchscreen, but you look at this and it's like,
it's so quick. It's so fluid.
That is cool.
Whether you're on hsn.com and you want to have a bigger touchscreen so you can pinch and zoom and see the details, whether you're looking at your photos and your photos are going to look incredible, whether you're just got back from spring break or maybe you have a summer vacation, you have it planned out and your vacation videos are going to look incredible because this is also full high definition, which makes a big, big deal. And you're seeing how easy it is to navigate from one to the next. It's because it's got that fast AMD processor that is on the inside. But the thing I love about this, Shannon, is that not only is it a fast processor, it's got so much technology in here that it doesn't matter if you're into photos, if you're into games, if you're into just surfing online, or just having a better overall computer experience. This is definitely going to be one that's going to help you out. But I want to show you something about this screen. Ooh, let me go full screen on this one.
Oh, look at how pretty that is.
The colors that come off the screen are so incredible. But the thing is, Lenovo has a different type of panel that's on here that's called an anti-glare screen. So right now, we have about a dozen studio lights, and I'll pick it up and twist and turn it. You can't see any studio lights, just barely a little bit that's on there. And that's the reason why is this is a newer screen. This is a full HD screen, full high definition, but it's also an IPS panel, which means you can look from multiple angles and you don't lose any of the glare, any of the brightness whatsoever.
So cool.
And it doesn't matter where it's sitting in the room, you don't have to worry about glare from windows.
And here's the thing though, it is a very limited opportunity. Joe has only one more airing scheduled this weekend. So we're starting with a little over 600. And that's it. So a little more than 600. That's why you will only see it during this show and one more chance. We are doing not only specs that really rival any computer that I've sold for over $1,000 here at HSN. The fact they had me at touchscreen, I mean, the fact that it's a touchscreen is also a big, big deal. Remember, it is on a 6-pay flex pay, which we've maxed that out. But if you want 12 flex pays, Allison, can you help me do the math? We do have the 12. Oh, no kidding. We do have VIP financing on this, in which case it is a 12-month VIP financing, which essentially gives you 12 flex pays.
Oh, $50.
That would make it $50.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess I could have done the math.
It's a 12
That's
a.m.
like doing my taxes. That can wait.
Don't worry about
so
that.
remember that you're looking at only $50 a month, but very, very limited. Dean wants to know if you play Fortnite, and Dean's so funny because he complimented Julie. See, there you go, Dean. Dean complimented Julie and I on how nice we look, but see, he wanted to give fair game. He said, you look beautiful too, Joe.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think he
My
was
wife
saying
dresses
that,
me.
because he's got a great sense of humor, but I would have to agree.
Well, the great thing is if you are going to end up playing games on this, so I do play Fortnite, my kids and I play games on here.
But those are really graphic intensive, man.
So
I mean, super intensive.
And when you look at this is a full 1080p game that we're playing right now. It almost looks like a sports crew followed these guys around, but this is all computer generated graphics, and there's about 2 million dots that are on the screen that have to refresh themselves about 60 times a second in order to give this fast type of gameplay experience. And if this is handling without any issues whatsoever, imagine how great it's going to be if you just want to surf online. We'll do a little bit of scrapbooking. And on top of that, Shannon, I've got all these other applications that are still running at the same time. There are my photos, there's Netflix, there's hsn.com, all this stuff that's on here because of this powerful processor, but also because I have a huge, huge hard drive.
You do. So I'm going to have Joe talk about the importance of a hard drive and RAM and the difference in just a moment. Because, sometimes we just assume that you know that. But I'm a huge fan of AMD, and I'll let Joe detail that as well. But when you think of the big screens in Times Square, when you think of, all the intensive graphics, whether it's football or sports, I mean, they rely on AMD processors. I was a film major in college. Joe has multiple computer degrees from his college days, which seemed like they never ended for a while.
They did.
But so the guys who do the lightsabers, they actually, speaking of games, Sony PlayStations,
Xbox as well.
They use AMD processors, but they use AMD chips. And part of the thing that's so interesting, Joe could actually legitimately write code, but when you computer code, so when you see that baseball game as an example, and I can't write code, but actually, I took some computer classes. That is a series or a set of instructions.
Right.
So basically, from the ball moving to the three-dimensional graphics to the crowd scenes to the grass color, I mean, all of that, that's like a series of instructions. So if you've got a better processor, it makes it fluid. It makes it look like it's real life, even though it's obviously a game. But because Joe has such a big brain and has multiple computer degrees, why do I want a lot of RAM? Why do I want a big hard drive? What's the difference? And why do I need it? Because sometimes people watch and they go, nice computer. Don't think I'm not playing Fortnite. I'm not playing a game.
I understand.
But the truth is, even if people go to Facebook or Instagram or do online shopping, they're probably doing more stuff than they realize.
Oh, you're exactly right. I'll talk about RAM real quick, then I'll jump into hard drive. So this has 8 gigabytes worth of RAM. Now, Microsoft recommends that you have 2 gigabytes worth of RAM. So we're giving you 4 times that amount. Now, what the RAM does is it's like a working desk size for the computer. When you were in kindergarten, you had a really small desk because you weren't really doing much. But as you got older, the bigger the desk, the easier it is to do a lot of things. That's why on my system right now, I can do more than just one thing.
Right.
Because are we ever just doing one thing on your computer?
And do it efficiently.
Absolutely.
Here's my analogy, and it's similar to what my producer Allison was talking about. Square footage. I had a lot of extra room when I moved into. I had a lot of square footage when I moved into my house. Joe saw my house when I moved in. There was a lot of square footage. There's not so much anymore.
Jams up.
My RAM got all filled up.
And that's what happens. And you wonder, like, why is the computer slowing down? It's because you have so much stuff.
I either need to buy a new house or get rid of some stuff.
Double the size.
But you know what? It's the same thing with a computer. You fill up your RAM, you can fill up your hard drive, and I'm not so efficient in my room or house because I'm tripping over things. Your RAM's kind of the same way.
Exactly right.
Your computer gets cluttered. Your house gets cluttered. Your computer can't do as many things when it's cluttered.
Efficiency, it's all gone. So now when you have 4 times the amount of RAM that Microsoft recommends, this isn't a computer for today. This becomes a computer for the family for the next 5, 6, 7 years. But all these programs, they also take up hard drive space. So this is where the terabyte comes into play. Now, a terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes, if you've never heard of that. Think about your phone. It probably has 30, maybe 60 gigs worth of space. This is
Okay.
1,000 gigs that you can store. So now when you're downloading your photos, when you're downloading your videos, if you're into videos, how about 250,000 or 250 hours worth of video? If you want to get into photos, 300,000 photos will store in here. If you want to get into songs, 16,000 hours worth of music. And Shannon, if you just want to put it in terms of time, 16,000 hours worth of music is 8 months of songs until you hear the same song twice.
That's wild.
It is incredible.
Joe, I hate to derail the train there. So hopefully that answers some of your questions about why you need RAM and why you need hard drive. So basically, you know, think of it as square footage. You know, you can keep this computer longer. By the way, Alicia, nice to see you there. I'm actually trying to figure out something to do for our super fans, my friends that I see, you know, hopefully on a nightly basis, even when you can. It's just nice that you guys can spend some time with us. If you are new to HSN, we want to be friends, and this is a great way to put your toe in the water when it comes to doing shopping here at HSN. FlexPay does mean you can use your PayPal account, your debit card. You don't pay for the whole shebang today. We're even paying for your shipping. There are only 600 or roughly 600 of these to go around. So that's why you will only see Joe with one more presentation on this. It's a great little footprint. The reason I derailed the train here is I want Joe to do a tour, but in particular, am I seeing what I really think I'm seeing on this computer?
You're seeing it on the side.
See, I was
of this
afraid to even say that because you know how when I picked it up, I'm like, this is a whole computer. It does still have.
It still has the DVDs.
CD-ROM.
This is normally about a $100 upgrade, and less than 10% of computers sold today have a DVD CD burner. So what happens with your old software? You can't load it on your system. What happens if you want to back up your photo memories? You can't do it because you don't have the DVD drive. This one has it included.
Nice.
And when you start to spin it to the side, Shannon, it's incredible. That's all there is to your brand new computer.
It's
a couple of inches and that's it. And even as you start to twist and turn it even further back, there's only one cable that you have to connect. Just one cable.
Look at all those ports.
And that's it. And Shannon, I love this because in our guest room, we have an all-in-one.
Yeah.
And it sits there because it's a unique one. And this is only the second all-in-one that I've seen that has it. So here we have multiple USB ports, but we also have an HDMI in and an HDMI out. So if you want to plug in your cable box,
I was just going to say,
you can plug in your cable box. This can now turn into a TV.
Oh, no
A 24-inch high-definition TV that has a stunning picture that has anti-gloss screen. So when you think
Can
about
I ask
like
you
even,
about that, Rolo?
Sure,
Could it
go
be my
ahead.
DVR then?
You can download a program to DVR it.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm trying to think.
See, I almost stumped him.
There are programs that allow you to download a DVR. So yeah, this could be a virtual DVR for you too if you download the programs. And how are you going to find those programs? Well, down on the bottom.
Oh, by the way, Judy, hello in Texas. Alicia, my friend Alicia has a really good question. Does it have a keyboard and mouse? Alicia, that is my bad. I'm so sorry I didn't do that.
Keyboard.
Joe is hogging all the fun over there.
And they're both wireless, by the way. No wires. Truly just one wire for the entire system. It is the power strip.
One wire to rule them all.
That's it. And the great thing about that, Shannon, is that now your footprint, you only need a base that's about 6 inches. You can put this on the kitchen counter because it takes up virtually zero space.
It's so funny because even the last time I worked with Susie Orman, she said that. She's like, I you know, use my computer in my kitchen, you know, maybe even more than any room of the house. So now it's a full computer, and you kind of have to wrap your brain around this. It is a full, this, I know it looks like a great TV screen or a great TV or a great screen. It's a whole computer. It's a whole computer. And actually, when I first started working with Joe well over a decade ago, how many years is it now, Joe?
Oh, it's been 14 years now.
14?
It's getting up there.
Oh, Lordy. These are the kind of computers Joe and I used to sell together, remember?
And they used to have like big maps to show you where to plug everything in because the back was all color-coded. On average, it took about 12 different cables to connect this old desktop. And they still sell these desktops, but they take up so much room. Like, there's no way you want to have this on your kitchen countertop and get rid of all this. Like, all this technology still exists in your Lenovo, but it's those engineers that were able to figure it out. So all this 33 pounds is now gone, and it fits right in here. And it is so much faster than those older desktops.
It is. So just a quick quantity update. And I'm going to have Joe show off some more of the details and the text and specs. But just so you realize, there's only one more airing of this. We have roughly 600 and 600 only. I know sometimes, especially when it comes to these all-in-one systems, sometimes it takes a hot second for us to do our mind turn and like, oh, that's right, it's a whole computer. So it goes places your other computer doesn't. Certainly I know we've got our laptops, but the truth is this actually takes up even less of a footprint because that disk stand is actually a lot smaller than even the footprint on my laptop. And doggone it, the screen is a lot bigger than my laptop. So we're doing free shipping. We have 12 pay flex pay. We also have 12-month VIP financing. And honestly, we have it for the next 600 people who join us, 672-357, 30-day return policy. And I think once you get something like this, you're gonna really kind of wonder how you ever lived without it, because we live our lives with touch screens, our cell phones, our tablets. That's one of the reasons a lot of us quit using a regular computer, is we like the whole touch screen aspect. And Joe, this is loaded with features.
It truly is. When you see, just when you go from top down to the bottom, biggest screen that we've ever offered from Lenovo, makes it easier to do multiple things, which I absolutely love. Like I talked about how we have an all-in-one. Well, we have it because this is where my kids do their homework. And what you can see is as I snap this over to one side, it gives me all my options that are over here on the right side. So how about this one right here? This is one of my favorites, and this is the main reason why we bought this for my kids. Because normally, when you're trying to run multiple programs at the same time, you can't fit them on a screen. Well, here, I'm on the White House website, the full website, edge to edge on there. I could even pinch and zoom and make it even bigger if I want to. Over here, I have my Word document that's up and running. So now my kids could be on one side reading on the internet while now they're typing on the other. It's about those efficiencies because you have that bigger, better screen. And the other great thing about this too is that this really has so much power that I'm not just running those two programs. Because you have a dual-core processor from AMD, you have two brains. It can handle multiple things at the same time. So right now I've got 10 different programs that are up and running, and that's intense things like playing my game, simple things like getting online, but it's also more advanced things too, like do you try to surf and watch television through your computer, Netflix, Hulu, hsn.com, and you get frustrated because you start to watch it and then it pauses after a couple of minutes and then it picks up again. Well, this one is designed to be connected and stream very fast to the internet because it has one of the fastest internet connections that's out there. So if streaming becomes one of those things that you're frustrated with, that's gonna be super fast. How about this? Do you ever play Candy Crush? A lot of us play Candy Crush on our little phones. Well, now you can do it on the 24-inch high definition screen, the biggest that we've ever had. So it's a great boredom buster for you there. I was playing Candy Crush, but I was playing my slot machine earlier, and a lot of people ask, well, where do you get all these apps? Down on the bottom, there's a little shopping bag, and that gives you access to the Windows Store. I'm gonna go full screen on my Windows Store here for a second. The great thing about this is just like the Apple Store, the App Store they have, or Google Play Store, set up very similar where it has all your favorite apps. And we're not talking about hundreds and thousands, we're talking 700,000 apps and games and books and movies and magazines right here at your fingertips. Is it iTunes? There's a Netflix. Is it Facebook? Is it Messenger? Do you want to chat with your grandkids using the WhatsApp app? So many great things that are available all through the Windows Store. And I love too that you can search for different things. Like for me, as school's ending in Florida in the next 3 weeks, I can't believe how fast it's gone, but you want to keep your kids current over the summer. I just typed in math. There are over 240 games about math. It's like this now becomes your built-in tutor for your kids. You don't have to pay for this. Let them play these games over the summer, and it keeps their mind fresh. The other thing I love about this is that not only is it touchscreen, it's also Windows 10. Which is designed around touch. So as I tap that start menu, over here on the right side, these are all my favorites, all my go-tos. These are the ones, the programs I've been showing you now. So whether it's connecting to Facebook, whether it's playing my slot machine, I was showing you some photo editing on there too, all my favorite programs are there. On the left side, this is every program I've ever downloaded. And with a terabyte of hard drive space, it truly is thousands and thousands and thousands of programs. But don't be overwhelmed when you get this at home because thinking, oh man, I'm not quite sure how to do this or how to do that. There's a program on here called TIPS. It never goes anywhere. TIPS. Shannon, this is now 40 hours worth of training.
Do you remember when we used to sell that training program?
Sold it for $199 for it.
I do, and boy, and we sold a lot.
They loved it. It was fantastic.
I know, we were like, when are you getting that training program back? It's so genius
That's cool
because Well, twofold. I mean, the touchscreen is obviously much more intuitive anyway, but then when you have built-in, programming, it's also unbelievable. So Dean was asking about that system window. I think you I think you showed that off. We know, like, where you can.
Oh, the swipe things?
Yeah. So that'd be great.
Sure, I can do it. All you have to do is, this is one of the things, and this is something that you can learn in the, you actually learn it in the tips program. So here we are on the White House webpage. If I want to snap it over to one side, and then it says, well, what do you want to snap over here? And then I can snap up, there's my Word document right there. It's a cool little snap feature, but also you can pull it down, you can snap it straight across the top, and then it fills up the entire screen. And because this is Windows 10, you can actually even have the internet read to you. So if you want to hit the read aloud, and then Shannon, it'll actually go through and read aloud. It's reading everything to me right there. I've got the volume down a little bit. I can turn it up. Oh, I've got my video game running in the background too. I've got so many things that are running. I'll just keep the volume down. But it actually reads to you. It's pretty incredible, pretty intuitive stuff.
Yeah.
And this is all taught through the tips program.
Oh, neat.
And keep in mind, I haven't stopped a single program.
Nope.
All my demos are still running. So don't think of this as like, wow, it's a great price on a system, but it's subpar performance. This is truly incredible performance.
It is,
today.
and not for nothing, and I probably should have led this presentation by saying this, in addition to the obvious, I mean, it's a brand name, it's my favorite line or series of processors that we sell, it's a touch screen, it's the biggest touch screen in high definition that we've ever offered. Normally, when we sell an all-in-one computer that is not touch screen, we sell it for a lot more than $599.
Oh, you're right.
A lot more.
Well, there are tablets out there that are,
Sure.
7, 8, 9 inches that are that. But this one has even a more advanced processor. This is the brand new Ryzen processor that came out from AMD. I talked to AMD earlier in January when we went out to CES, and they said this is a big deal.
It is a big
because
deal.
normally processors are separate than the GPU, which is the video card.
Right.
What happens is those two guys talk back and forth to one another, and there's a delay to it. Well, this one, AMD combined them together. And so now there's no more back and forth. There's actually a faster type of overall processor. That means it's going to boot up faster, it's going to connect online quicker, it's going to load your applications faster, all because it's a better processor unit. And the processor is something you can't change later. So you're getting one of the most advanced ones that we've had. And the other thing about having this, Shannon, is like, you're buying Lenovo. This is truly one of the best brands. It's the #1 selling brand on the planet. Nobody sells more computers than Lenovo.
And they make products for a lot of other people.
You're exactly right. Yes, they do. And the thing about what Lenovo does, when you go full screen on something, look how thin that bezel is on the side. It's almost like it's edge-to-edge glass, but also what's on the base is like edge-to-edge speaker bar. Most of the times, a speaker bar about the size of a quarter. This one goes edge to edge on there too. But to make this thing more like a laptop, the one thing they included was on the top on here, it's a little camera that's built into it. You see that, Shannon? A little peekaboo camera that's right on the top.
I was wondering what that was.
So you've got, if you want to chat with your friends and family,
because
Lenovo realizes a lot of people are concerned about their viruses that people can watch you on your webcam.
Yeah.
So it's really creepy that's out there. So what they've done is they now actually have the camera that's hidden, so then you push it up, and now you can talk when you want to, and when you want to be private, you drop it down. Just a little push of a button, spring action.
That is the neatest thing.
And as I spin it around too, like they've really made this thing so intuitive. If you can actually see, there's like a little perforated edges. That's a microphone. It's designed to get the entire room.
Oh,
it's reading
White
to me.
House.
Yes.
I can hear reading that White House page.
It's incredible that you're getting all the technology in this tiny little package.
It is indeed. Hey, here's the thing, roughly 600 and 600 only. It is really kind of a one and done, and Joe has only one more airing this weekend. We have maxed out that flex pay. 6 flex pay is normally what we only do when something is a today's special. There is 12-month VIP financing. Of course, you're always welcome to apply and buy, but it's 12 months or 12 flex pays if you want to use that HSN card. Of course, we do the free shipping. We're taking $100 off, $100 off. And that is only as long as supplies last. So if you are looking to move yourself into a whole new platform. And I guess I do mean platform when I come, when I say how this looks, but if you kind of abandon the idea of giving up your desktop, as a lot of us have, and if you've been relying on your laptop to do the heavy lifting, laptops are great, but the truth is, bigger is better when it comes to that screen.
Absolutely.
And whether it's watching your favorite television show, your favorite movie, or loading all your favorite images, we all want that big screen experience. And boy, oh boy, if you're gonna do it with a brand name, the company that makes them for other people.
They do.
And get a touch screen too.
The touchscreen makes it so intuitive. And as you're seeing here, like these are family pictures that I have. You might be wondering, well, how do you get these photos on there? Because a lot of times you take these photos with your cell phone, but then Shannon, they live on your cell phone. This is one of the cool things I love about having this is that there's a free app you download. It's called OneDrive. Every photo that you take on your phone now automatically pops up and appears right here on your Lenovo.
Really neat.
It downloads all the photos.